Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video we are going to check out lots of references to past PreCure seasons that were present in the first episode and in the opening of Delicious Party PreCure. This episode that made the season start with a bang. It was awesome. It really blew me away. It really blew all my expectations. It was way better than what I was expecting. And those references, they made it even more special. So to start, let's start basically with the biggest reference that this episode made. Well, it's very clear that Cure Precious's first fight, this moment right here that we're seeing on the screen, was inspired by one of the most iconic scenes of the PreCure franchise. Black and White from Futariwa PreCure, the first season where it all started, in this legendary opening scene. This is an incredible, amazing reference that I absolutely loved. And I mean, this is really iconic. It's really nice to see a throwback like this. Amazing. Another thing that I don't really know if this was a reference or not, but it really got me back. The recipe book that appeared while we saw the Bundle Gang reminded me a lot of Sweet PreCure and the book that held the notes. It wasn't really a book, it was more of a partiture, but it took me back to Sweet PreCure anyway. This is another thing that I don't know if it was actually a reference or it was just similar, but it really took me back again to the season that just ended, which was Tropical-Rouge PreCure. So when Yui entered the delicious field, how she entered really reminded me of how Laura got out of the aquapot sometimes. Laura struggled lots of times. It gave us like lots of comedic and funny scenes in Tropical-Rouge. So Yui entering the field really got me back to Laura. I don't know if that was a direct reference, but funny nonetheless, and I loved it. Now let's focus a little bit more on the opening of Delicious Party that had incredible references to past seasons. So in the opening, there are those scenes that the girls are walking towards streets and there are names of restaurants. You can see the names of the restaurants. They're not very clear, but obviously people on Twitter are already deciphering the characters there and noticing the names of the restaurants that the girls are going for. So to start, we are going to start with the first restaurant that is mentioned there, which is called Omori Gohan. Omori Gohan is the name of the restaurant of Yuko's family. Yuko's family restaurant is called Omori Gohan, and Yuko is Cure Honey from Happiness Charge. How nice is that? They really reminded us of this amazing season that is Happiness Charge. You guys know it's one of my faves, so I'm always gonna defend it. Another reference, not direct this time, is this one. There is a restaurant in Doki Doki PreCure that is called Buta no Shippo, which means pig's tail. In this shot right here, in the first restaurant mentioned right here, it's written Usagi no Shippo, which means rabbit's tail. So it's not exactly the same. It's not the same name here, but I think it's also another reference to a past restaurant that already appeared in PreCure. That's very cool, right? And on the right side, we have another restaurant right here. And this restaurant is Mon Trésor. I have no idea how to pronounce this because it's French. And I don't know how to pronounce French words. I don't understand French, unfortunately, because it's a very beautiful language. And this restaurant appeared in Kira Kira PreCure à la mode, another one of my favorite seasons, when CL appeared in France. CL went to this restaurant. She was working there for a little while, and you can see this big line. CL was the girl. You know, she was the talent when it came to sweets. We all know, and we all love Cure Parfait, right? She is awesome. I love her. I live for her. And this is another great reference. Mon Trésor, Kira Kira PreCure being referenced. I mean, Kira Kira, right? It has a lot to do with Delicious Party. in a way, it's not a lot to do, but there are certain similarities in the theme, even though one is basically sweets and Delicious Party is more food as a whole. And now another reference to one of the most popular PreCure seasons is to Heartcatch PreCure. There is one of the restaurants that appear here, which is this one right here, when we see Ran leading the girls in the opening, is called Miura Ramen. Miura Ramen appeared in Heartcatch PreCure, and we can see this shot right there from Tsubomi and Erika going to Miura Ramen. It's closed when they get there in this picture at least, but it's also another great reference. So isn't this nice that they took names of restaurants that appeared in past PreCure seasons and applied little details of the opening? They're really paying attention to details. They're like, it's a big homage to the PreCure franchise as a whole, right? And so, since we talked about Kira Kira, there is more to talk about this. So we have our lead, our amazing Yui, Cure Precious, and she is paying homage to another queen of ours, Cure Whip. Yes, Ichika herself. So we have a very cute moment in the opening that we can see Cure Precious with her tongue out, and you can also see this in Cure Whip's transformation. So yes, CL is CL. Yui is, making the right homage right there. Two great protagonists and two great leads. I'm pretty sure Yui is going to be great at leading her team, just as Ichika was in leading her team in Kira Kira. That was awesome, and I really liked this. I don't know if this is a direct reference or not, but the shots have certain similarities, especially the tongue, and I love it. It looks so cute. And there was another reference in the first episode concerning Yui and Ichika. In the movie PreCure Superstars, which is one of the All-Stars movies, which was Hugto's first appearance in an All-Stars, we see Ichika holding a cart bag, a stroller bag, about to hit Hana, if I remember correctly. I don't know if I remember correctly the scene, but that's more or less what happened. And we can see in the first episode of Delicious Party, Yui doing the same, but with a baby stroller and saving Ran and the baby from a big accident. So this is another reference, and we can see this girl is paying homage to Whip. Yes, girl Ichika, your legacy is in great hands with Precious. Come on. I absolutely love all those little details and references. I think it's a great way of paving the way to the next season, which is going to be the 20th season of PreCure, and it's also going to be the celebration of 20 years of PreCure. So it's probably going to be an anniversary season somehow, like Happiness Charge and Hugto both were. So I'm expecting great things for next year for the franchise as a whole. I can't wait to see what they bring to us. But honestly, the references that we saw here are incredible. I love it. It's a big homage to the franchise as a whole. This franchise we love to love. This franchise we just live for. PreCure, we love you. Delicious Party, I think we are in great hands. We tropicalized every single week up until last week, and now it's time for us to get delicious and very hungry every week, and we are in great hands, both in terms of characters, and it seems that the team that is working on Delicious Party is bringing the franchise ahead and forward with great ideas. So I'm very excited. Anyways, guys, just wanted to say that all the restaurants that were shown here were noticed by Shota on Twitter. So a big shout out to Shota, and who is probably one of the biggest PreCure fans out there. And he's always writing about PreCure and like lots of little and interesting details. Anyways, this is all for now. Thank you for watching, and a special thank you to the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Bye bye.